Fans of the podcast, 4 weeks ago I made a terrible mistake. After being rightfully suspended from the podcast and letting my feelings get the best of me, I've done a lot of thinking over these last few weeks. I have said some things I regret. I have made some bad predictions. I have sometimes engaged in lazy game previewing. I would have done things differently 4 weeks ago, but that's in the past. What matters is now. Hackathon basketball, I'm coming home. Beautiful.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvaney. I'm here with Mike Godwin, and we're welcoming back Dan Schultz today.
It's good to be
Dan,
back.
it's been a while.
I know.
I want to welcome you back
Thank you.
personally, right here.
I went to Miami for 4 weeks. I would have done things differently. I would have done things differently. I was suspended for 4 weeks. I went down to Miami, and then I came back and I realized that this is my home.
They saw that in your apology letter to start the show.
I know. That was straight from the heart. Everything I said in there was absolutely 100% true.
Dan,
I don't think they believe that, Dan.
They should.
Not for 1 second.
Everything I just
I
said.
know,
is
I
true.
don't.
You went down to Florida for a week. I could go down there for 4 weeks if I want to. That's the perfect place to reflect for me on my career here.
Yeah, you probably went to LeBron's house, didn't you?
No, he's not there anymore. I went there with Dwayne Wade, and he just cleaned his stuff out, and he already left.
well, I can see we're already starting off on the right track here.
I'm not sure I've been back since the Spurs won the championship.
No, that's actually when I think
Did they win?
Yeah, no, they did.
I didn't watch
You of
it.
all people should know that. But we're not going to get into No. We won't get into that. I know that must still hurt.
Well, we're gonna get started.
Okay.
We're gonna be recapping this past weekend's games in the B division. So let's start off with Elite versus Fireballers. I can admit that personal feelings about the Fireballers swayed my prediction, and I'll take full responsibility for that.
Wait, you predicted them to win?
By 12.
Oh, man. I would never have expected that.
And you know what? I felt like Mike thought the Fireballers were going to win too. Just
No,
when
I
he was
didn't.
talking.
If you want to go back to the video, I didn't say one word about the Fireballs. Just like I have all season.
You're talking about them right now.
Yeah, but they lost. They're out. I'm done with them.
The old Fireballers I
Hear
remember.
that name for at least another
The old
month.
Fireballers I remember, we never used to lose in the first round. So, but you know what? I'm going to give a lot of credit to Elite with
That's what I tried to tell you. Is it
what did you try to tell me?
that they were a top team in this beat?
I agree.
No, you picked them to lose.
Maybe I just thought Fireballers were a top team in this division too.
Well, Elite seems to have a couple guys that have played in the A division before, and Antonio Holly and Anthony Waters, right? I think they played
Yes.
before. So, I mean, with those two
But
guys.
half their team played before. Even Troy Madison played in there.
Yeah.
James Randolph played in the A division for a little while.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're very experienced, and they've been playing together for a long time, so. No offense, I know you love the Fireballers, but a blowout is really not that surprising. to me.
Well, you know what? I'm not happy because Fireballers did not. All their players didn't show up. Their biggest two guys, Raheem and Jaleel, were no shoes. That is not acceptable.
And whose fault is that? Not ours.
No, it's not ours, but I assumed they were going to be there. Maybe they wouldn't have won if
You
they,
should
even if
have
they
picked
were
them
there.
if you knew they weren't going to be there.
I-
Your love for the Fireballers.
You know what though? I think Rudy had a career day. Can you read off Rudy's stat line?
Sure, be happy to. 4 for 7, 0 for 1 from 3, 9 rebounds, 2 assists.
Yeah.
1 turnover. 8 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists.
Rudy-
That is a day. Rudy said, "You know what? We may lose, but I'm going to get mine today."
It's a near double-double.
8 and 9. Why couldn't he just pull off the double double? Make one more shot and one more rebound.
He should have just thrown it. He should have thrown
Should
it
have
off the
missed the
backboard.
shot.
Exactly. Missed it, thrown it off the
Got
backboard to
rebound,
himself, got
and
the
then put it
rebound.
back in. Yep.
I think he actually did that
Simple
to get 3 of his
solution.
rebounds.
Simple solution.
So I think he
did it.
tried. His math was off a little bit. He needed one more. You know what? Blame it. Who was doing stats that game? Kyle. Blame it on Kyle.
blame it
Give
on
him
Rudy.
another rebound. Somebody give
How
him.
easy-
Like give Rudy another rebound and 2 more points.
How easy is it to miss a shot, get your own rebound, put it back?
Many
It's
players
easy.
have done that before. The old Ricky Davis.
Yes.
So any more star performances from Fireballers over there?
JP had an off game. He was 7 of 26. He did have 16 points, and then Chad Malcolm 7 of 15, 16 points, 10 rebounds.
Chad started off hot in the second half. Looked like Fireballers were going to make a run, but it just didn't happen. Elite
Maybe.
too much talent.
Why are we talking about the losing team?
We're getting to Elite. I was going to let you talk about Elite since they're your favorite
I
team.
want you to talk about Anthony Waters because you snubbed him out of an All-Star game.
First of all, I didn't snub anybody out of anything.
And he had
That's why we have a system that the website takes care of this.
It's a good system.
Anthony, just blame the computer.
25 points and probably a couple dunks.
Maybe if Anthony was playing a little bit better early in the season, he would have made the
I don't
All-Star
want to
game.
hear it. He's an All-Star in this league.
He peaked too late in the season. But playoff time is what's about Anthony. It's not about the All-Stars, it's about the playoffs.
It is. I can agree with that. It's about getting that big ball at the end.
Big
of the season.
golden ball.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be a problem that the faculty's going to have it sitting in their office.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
what's our next game? Let's move on.
I don't even know.
What do we have up next, Dan?
I don't have them in order.
Oh, we have Catalina wine mixers at Skills That Kills.
There it is.
How convenient.
Speaking of skills that kills, I was so high on this team going into this game. They had won, like, I think 4 of their last 5 or something. They were hot. They were a hot team.
I think we both picked this team.
And they would have if they had all their players there on time.
Exactly.
You know, I'm there, I'm walking over, I'm actually getting ready to head back to Hack for our game, and I look over, and I see only 3 of their guys sitting there on the sidelines. So I walk up to them, and I say, hey, what's going on here, guys? They go, they're like 15 minutes away. They look pretty frustrated with the rest of their team.
Well, even so, like I was very surprised because we were warming up, and they weren't even warming up. They were just kind of sitting on the sidelines. That was kind of like a big mental advantage for us right away, where it was like you're not even going to warm up like while waiting for your
Do you
guys.
think they felt they were beat before they even walked onto the court?
I'm not going to say anything, but yes. So yes, I am going to say something.
Now, Dan, you were on quite a heater in this game.
What's that?
You were quite a heater in this game.
Me personally?
You personally.
Well,
I'm not worried about the team, Dan.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to
Well,
sit here and give credit to the rest of the team when we can just talk about you.
Why would you do that?
It's your first day back. This show's all about you, Dan.
Yeah, it is all about
All
me.
about you.
No, we put. You know, I got off to a good start. Hit 3 out of 4 threes. Tried to talk
No, go
about
ahead.
tried to talk
Distracting
about
stuff going
the
on in the
one
gym.
good game I had this year. Yeah, I got off to a good start, and then the rest kind of followed. You know, I hit 3 out of my first 4 shots, and then after that, the rest of the team followed. Kurt Phillips had a big game for us, 13 points, 15
I was
rebounds,
waiting for you to say something about the rest of your
4
team.
blocks.
The show's not all about you, Dan.
I know, but everyone got their scoring due. That's the point. Like, I got off to a good start, and everyone, you know, and then I started passing the ball, which I found out you could do after I made my first 3 shots, and everyone started making shots. Sebi played well.
Dan, did you have any assists?
I had 3 assists,
All marked?
Is that a career high?
probably. Hey, they were good passes too. I remember marking the assists in my head. I was proud of myself when I made a good pass and then they make a shot.
I was actually, I don't want to take any credit away from you. I was watching I was actually cutting some highlights up last night. And because I was so excited about the playoffs, I couldn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I was watching, and it actually looked like a player on Elite knocked the ball away, and it went to somebody on your team, and I think they credited
Skills
with
That
you.
Kills.
Yeah, what did I say?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, Skills That Kills. And you got credited with the assist. So,
Hey, I'll take it. That's
It
fine.
seems like a Dan assist.
Hey, I'll take it any way I can get it. But as said, I mean, we didn't even go to the post that much. I mean, John Radowski and Kurt Phillips are 2 of the better big men in the B division, and you know.
well, hold on. John Radowski?
He's a very good big man, John.
He used to be. He's not even an all-star player anymore.
Well, he came in.
He's not all-star caliber anymore.
He came in like the 4th.
Not acceptable. He wears that all-star shirt every game, yet he didn't make the.
He's proud of that shirt. That's hey.
You know what his problem is?
You're saying like
He's he's spending all his time trying to hit a wiffle ball in his backyard, and he can't figure that out either.
So you're saying like Vince Carter shouldn't wear like his all-star jerseys for back in the day just because he's not an all-star anymore.
Nope.
Like just around the house, he shouldn't even wear it or like
Not out in public. Not out in public.
when he's playing in a rec game.
Whatever Vince Carter wants to sleep in, I could care less about. But I don't want to see him trotting around on the court with it. Do you see him wearing it in like warm-ups? No.
Well, anyways, we're getting off subject, but the team played really well. Zach Welcher and John Radowski have added a lot to the team. We picked them up midway through the season. And, you know, we're a different team. We're no longer Prestige Worldwide 2-6 last year. So
Dan, but it is safe to that we can agree on this that individual stats mean nothing as long as your team gets the win.
Correct.
That's all Dan talked about was individual stats. That whole segment.
No, that's not true. I started off and then I gave the credit to my team, like a humble leader should.
Dan, who do we have next?
We have Delaware Heat Check next.
Delaware Heat Check. You know what? Heat Check's come a long
Surprisingly
way.
close game.
Heat Check's come a long way. Now Delaware, they didn't have the two Ray Bolts.
Okay.
But still, Delaware is a great team regardless. They know how to play well together. And you know what? Heat Check gave them quite a scare.
They didn't have Joe Walsh either. Delaware.
See Mark on there?
Huh? Tom Walsh is on here.
Okay, no Joe though. Got it.
Joe. That's a lot of people missing. But yeah, Delaware is a very good team. They had this is what our questions were about them, over the last couple of seasons, how much depth did they have outside of Joe and Bill and Tom occasionally. But now, now that they didn't have Joe and the Ray Bolts to have a huge game like this and win their first playoff game, that's going to be big for their confidence.
We talk about Sam Coins.
He had an off game. Was he like 3 for 8 or something?
Every time I look down, he's like 3 for 20 shooting.
He just can't shoot the ball.
Maybe you should just give the game up, maybe.
He had 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals there.
So maybe he just shouldn't shoot the ball.
Yeah, just be an all-around
He
player.
doesn't know his role in the team, right?
Just be like,
He kind of reminds me of Andre Iguodala when he was on the Sixers. And then he went to play with the Warriors and he realized I don't need to shoot anymore.
Exactly.
or be good anymore.
No, I mean, he still plays good defense. He rebounds.
No, that wasn't at Sam. Like, maybe he's not the same player anymore. But yeah, no, that's a good comparison. I mean, he's very like he averages like 2 steals a game or something like that, or maybe like 3 steals a game.
He's an all-star in this league. But he's
Yeah.
not playing like it anymore.
I think ever since we compared him to John Rodriguez,
I know.
he's felt the pressure and he just wasn't able to perform
That's
anymore.
exactly what it is.
John Rodriguez,
John got in his head.
that cloud it'll hang over
John
him.
got in his head. I understand.
Well, that said, I mean, heat check, to keep this game very close is definitely, a step in the right direction for them.
Now, I was talking to Jesse for a little bit after the game.
He regrets leaving.
And no, that's not what he said. And Emmanuel. And we were talking for a few minutes, and I don't remember. I don't think I talked to Emmanuel. Just kind of high five walking by. But anyway, I was talking to Jesse, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to get this team revamped, and we're going to be ready to go next season."
Okay.
He said he knows what he needs to do now.
Score more points. How about that?
Well, no, Jesse's not going to.
Oh.
Jeez.
I'm talking about as a team.
Oh, yeah. Nice cover.
No, seriously. I was really talking about as a team.
Oh, okay.
You gotta score more points than the other team.
That's true, you do. I don't know.
So I keep losing focus because what we're watching down the gym. But we can keep going. I just keep losing focus.
Who's next?
You guys are like squirrel?
Oh man.
Hold on, let's see. Who's next? ACC at Fighting Mongooses.
We know what? Let's start with Fighting
Fighting
Mongooses
Mongooses.
versus Refuse to
All
Lose.
right, I got that up.
Now, both teams. Let me paint this picture. The basement.
battle for the basement.
We thought it was going to end in a tie.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a 0-0 tie.
Well, I think we could both agree that sounded a little ridiculous.
Did Refuse to win one game this year?
No.
They refused to win all year.
So you, as commissioner, should refuse to accept that team name should they put it in again.
I feel like when they named themselves Refuse to Lose, I feel like they were like mocking winning.
Yeah. It's
Like who wants to win? We'll just act like we'll refuse to win, but we'll.
Like everyone refused. I get it now. It all makes sense. Everyone refuses to lose to them.
Yeah.
Like they're like telling you refuse to
Yeah,
lose.
like,
Hey, this might seem like we're like being cold or whatever, but like, I mean, if you name your
I think
team,
we're giving them what they deserve
if you
right
name-
now.
If you name your team that and you don't win one game, I mean, I'm sorry. Like,
No, you know what?
That's comical.
I know Roberto is gonna retool. Probably have to make some cuts, and have to get some players that are about playing team basketball. I don't think Refuse to Lose. I don't think Refuse to Lose
You almost said refuse to win.
played team basketball all season.
Yeah.
That's my opinion, but tell it like it is.
I can't argue with it. I mean, they didn't win a game.
What are the highlights for Refuse to Lose?
Not very good.
Durrell had a good game. He had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
So he came to play.
Yeah, Darrell said on Facebook he wanted to play ACC,
Yeah.
but
I don't
he
know
did
why.
his job, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean,
How Mark Perkins do?
Perkins
He came late.
9 points, 6 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal.
He came late.
He did come late.
Mark.
But the
It's
Mongooses,
playoffs.
I mean, the Mongooses, they hadn't won a
He
game
didn't
all
come
year
very
either.
late.
I don't care. It's like Mark London. I was cut him from the team because he was 2 minutes late this past week.
He deserves to get cut.
And if he didn't come in with a little pouty look on his face, I probably would have cut him on the spot.
Matt Pierce on the Mongooses had 30 points.
Wow.
5
Pierce.
rebounds, 3 assists.
He had like 50 points on the day, I think.
He's not usually one of their big scorers.
I know. He was hitting the 3 ball.
Jeez. That's what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else for the Mongooses?
Steve
Krawczyk.
Krawczyk, is that his name? Okay.
Close enough.
15 points.
There's tough things as long as you're within like a, you know.
Jeff Irons with 13 points, 6 assists, 2 steals. So yeah, good game all around.
Well, I'm hearing a lot of assists in these stats. It'll sound like the Mongooses were sharing the basketball.
They had 17 assists.
17 as a team.
9.
You know what? I'm calling this right now. I'm jumping on the Mongoose bandwagon for next season.
Oh, I was about to
For
say.
next season.
Oh, okay.
Don't,
I like what they showed me in the last week of the season.
don't do that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, every team changes, so you might want to hold off.
You're going to get hurt jumping right back off.
Yeah.
No, I'm staying on because I know they can perform late in the season. They won a playoff game.
They did.
A playoff game. That's big.
Okay.
That's more than 8 other
Maybe
B division
if
teams.
they won a few more regular season games, they wouldn't have had to play 2 games in one night. Wouldn't have to play a number 1 seed.
This gets me to the next game. ACC fighting Mongooses. You're talking about this. ACC was the top ranked team in the B
They
division.
still won.
Only by 7.
You just
Only by 7.
By 8.
You were talking about it doesn't matter about any stats as long as you get the win. You just said that about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, individual stats.
Yeah.
Team stats. I'm concerned about ACC now. I'm concerned about ACC.
Well,
Don't be.
Kadeem Ware had 28 points, 4 assists, and and Tavon Moore had 25 points, 9 rebounds. So you shouldn't be worried about either of those guys because they're going to bring it.
As a team, I'm worried.
That would be.
I told you I'm a big fan of the Fighting Mongooses, but there's no reason that ACC shouldn't even been a game for ACC. ACC just beat the faculty a week ago.
Also, just keep saying it's playoff time. People play a little different game in playoff.
Oh yeah, playoffs were this weekend. Playoffs were incredible. Every team, all the teams that you didn't
So
expect,
every
raised
team
their
is in the
game.
mix.
Except for in the mix.
Yeah,
That's
except
good.
for the mix.
That's good. Yeah. Well, you just hopped on the Mongoose bandwagon and said what a great job they did. I agree. I mean, it was a little closer than expected, but every once in a while you get a surprise. I mean, we had the free agents beat the Shooters Club, a couple seasons ago in the ultimate upset, and they were a B division team coming in to play an A division team, and they won. So anything can happen.
In my opinion,
That's old news.
That is.
Old news. Shooters Club old.
That is for a purpose.
in my opinion, that's a win, not in the stat sheet for Fighting Mongooses, but just for their Hackadoll basketball
Yes.
career. It's a win in my book.
Yep.
To just take ACC to they only lose by 8 points. But congrats to ACC, they move on to the next round.
You are something else.
Next up, in what had to be, in my opinion, it's got to be the upset of the night. Pink Panthers beats J Squad. Breaking news, here it comes right across the bottom of the screen. Pink Panthers, how did they do it?
Scored more points than Jay Clark.
I mean, that's the easy answer.
They destroyed J Squad on the boards, 40 rebounds to 29. So when you get a double-digit difference in rebounding, I mean, that right away. And, that's really their strength, is their size. They have a lot of big guys on their team.
There's one thing, I'm a huge J Squad fan, but there's one thing I've been talking about all season, and it's JD. I keep saying how he let the faculty
We've been
down,
telling
he
him
didn't
all
show
year.
up. All of a sudden he doesn't show up for this game, and where do they get killed at? On the boards.
We've been
What does
telling
JD
him all
give you?
year.
He gives you at least 10 rebounds and probably 14 points.
Yeah.
What did they lose by?
They lost by 7.
Huh. Interesting.
Am I the most popular guy you've ever seen?
Why are you showing me your softball messages right now?
I'm just the most popular guy you've ever seen.
Now, no John Moore.
See, this is why
I know he's on vacation.
This is why I decided to come back as a professional.
No,
as a
we
player.
allowed you back.
You're over here looking at.
He had to read his
squirrels.
letter.
We're not going to get into. I made
We
my
made-
apology.
we
I made
made
my
you
apology.
write that letter.
I'm moving on.
Where else you
I'm home.
We're
I'm already
allowed
home.
back.
This is not how you greet someone that just comes out. This is not right. Anyways, J Squad. Not entirely. I'm like, I'm not super surprised, honestly. Like, kind of. I talked to Ted briefly, very briefly after the game, and he just said, we had a really tough season. Yeah. And they shot 17 of 51 from the field. They didn't have John Moore. So even if you had told me,
An all-star.
if you had told me before the game that John Moore was
An
going to be
all-star.
there, I would have been like, ooh, possible upset.
Lance is. What's Lance injured? I know he's at the game.
He wasn't playing, so you know that put a lot of pressure on the other guys.
But I want to give a lot of credit to
To
Pink
Mike?
Panthers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bring me off a couple of their top players.
Skylar Harvey had 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Jared Keckline, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Oh wait, wrong guy. Sorry. Will Boucher. Boucher. Sorry.
Close enough. Bobby Boucher.
See what happens when you miss a few weeks?
Hey, I don't know every single person's name. Sorry. 5 of 16, but he still had 10 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. And those were the 2 big performers, really. I mean, Eric Williams had 8 points and 7 rebounds, but yeah, it was a low-scoring game, 54-47. So,
Mike, do you think Pink Panthers has what it takes to get to the finals?
No.
Can you go any further than that?
No.
Now, are they the most prepared team in the league?
Yes. I hear they do watch a lot of film on
A
other
lot of game film. I don't know how they get their hands on it, but I heard
Really?
they watch a lot of game film.
what are they, New England Patriots?
Spygate.
Don't worry about what they're doing.
Yeah, don't worry about what they're doing.
Panther
Worry
game.
about what Catalina's doing.
Panther game.
Panthers. Look, Dan's all worried now.
I'm worried.
They probably have all 8 of your games on film.
Probably. But as said, I mean, you know, they've come a long way, as evidenced by them beating J Squad, and we've changed too. So like, we played them the first game of the season, but I mean, both teams are completely different. So
Well, if they do watch your game film, they're gonna watch them all, and then they're gonna get to last night's game. They're gonna see you go off, and they're gonna be like, they're gonna wonder what's going on here. It's gonna throw off everything that they had planned.
Well,
They're going to
not
let him shoot 2 pointers.
not
We're layups.
Yeah, we're layups. Yeah. I mean, we really got. We were fortunate to beat them the first time. I will say that we were definitely fortunate to win the first game. But as said, both teams have changed a lot. So.
I like the Panthers going into the
I think I do too.
next round.
Now you're suddenly on board, all of you. Oh wow,
You know
shocking.
what? I think they do have what it takes. I forgot they were playing
Flip, flop, flip, flop.
Who do we got next?
We got Team Doc versus the Monstars.
You know what? Monstars are another much improved team.
You hopping on their bandwagon too?
Well, no, they're eliminated. There's no bandwagon
Wait.
to hop on.
Like for next
Team
season.
Doc. Every player was in double digits.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Wait, except for Gavin. Figures.
Oh no, go ahead. You know what, Dan? You haven't talked about Team Doc in a while. Go ahead, have a few minutes.
You know, I mean,
What happened to Gavin? Where
You
was
got
Gavin?
5 guys in double figures. You got Gavin taking 2 3-pointers.
He's a shooter.
Why?
One he missed pretty badly. I remember
Why?
saying that.
Why? Who could guard you in the
He's
post?
changing his game.
You know what they say?
Oh,
they say this.
faculty has someone that can guard him. In
They say every guard tries to tries to play like a big man, and every big man tries to play like a guard. Like,
But Gavin's got that ability. Gavin has lost a lot of weight from the beginning of last season to where we are right now. He's transforming into possibly an elite guard in another season or two.
I know he might be turning into LeBron James. I know how big of a fan of LeBron he is.
so he's going to leave Doc at the end of the season and join my team or something?
Yeah, who knows where he's going to go next season?
Is it a contract year for him? He could probably opt out. A Dallas
Yeah.
contract.
Probably is.
Well, Dave had
He's
injured.
following in LeBron's footsteps. I know that.
I feel sorry
Coming
for him.
over to the faculty.
Dave had injured 14 points, 14 rebounds. Lamont Corey, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Doc himself was not there. I guess vacation is more important than the team.
The first round of the playoffs, Dan.
I don't think you have any room to talk about that, Dan.
You know what? It's better he gets his vacation out now rather than the championship game.
It's true.
He's not gonna have to worry about that though.
So we don't have a crop his head in there.
That was a great Photoshop.
Casey.
That was a great
They
Photoshop.
happen to win the whole.
It was intentionally bad, Dan.
Couldn't even
It
tell.
was intentionally bad.
Could not even tell I wasn't there.
Floating head.
Yeah, the floating head. Not creepy at all. On the Monstars, you had Chad Davis with 12 points, 7 rebounds.
Is Chad Davis, is he their big guy?
I'm not sure who he is.
Okay.
James McRae had.
Do they have two
actually,
Davises
Jamal
on their team?
McRae.
I think it's Jamar.
Do they have,
Jamal. I'm sorry.
do they have two Davises or just one?
Just one.
Okay, then yeah, it was a big guy. I remember
Jamal
seeing that.
McRae had 22 points and 3 rebounds. So they had some good players. And, keep it relatively close with Team Doc, which, Doc himself will probably admit he is a master A division team from 2 seasons ago. And Henninger and Corey and, all those guys. Gavin is probably an A division player.
Dan, look around at the B division right now.
I know, it's crazy.
You can't even say that anymore.
It's like we're playing Indiana one mixtape tour sometimes.
You can't. I mean, the A division is still the gap
The A
between A
division
and
is
B is a lot smaller than it used to be.
I agree. But Team Doc moves on, so good for them.
Would you like to make any jokes about how old they are? I mean, did you even talk about Allen at all?
What was the game? Was at 7 o'clock. Oh, I didn't even talk about Allen.
Alan actually showed up here. 6:45 he walked in the door here.
Oh, Alzheimer's. See? Just already kicked it
That was actually pretty
in.
funny.
He completely forgot where the game was. Oh man, that's too bad.
I said, "You guys win?" He goes, "No, we played 7." I said, "Then you're over there."
His wife seemed to know what was going on. She was at the other game one time.
Huh?
His wife was over at the other
I
game
think
one
she had to
time.
come back and pick him up.
Right then. She dropped him off here and then went to where the game really
Probably called
was.
it, was like, I'm lost. I am the
My
wrong
husband
He was
was
just,
play.
he was just wandering. He was just wandering.
Hey, he still had 10 points and 6 rebounds, so give him credit. Yeah, 6 rebounds. So I was like, dude, come on now. This is playoffs now.
I said, "If you leave now, you can get there on time." 6:45 he walks in the door here.
I think their game ended up starting a little bit late anyway, so it worked out.
Luckily.
That is pretty funny, though. I could make a lot of jokes, but I'll be nice. And last game we had, Hog Mob at Diamond State Warriors.
No, we got a couple more.
Oh, do we?
Oh yeah, we'll get to them. Hog Mob at Diamond
Well,
State
for B
Warriors.
division, right?
We still have the faculty game to talk
Oh,
about.
sorry.
Whew. I knew you'd like to try to skip it, but free agents won't let that happen. But let's talk about Hog Mob versus Diamond State
I
Warriors.
think this is the longest video we've had in 4 or 5 seasons.
4 or 5 seasons. It's playoff time. Lots to
It
talk
is
about.
lots to talk about.
Now, we look at Diamond State Warriors, who, if they have Shaquille Blake, they are close to unbeatable, I think.
Yeah.
He's the MVP of the B division.
I understand that.
Give him a little bit more credit. He's the MVP of the B division. Now, I heard this game ended quite controversially. First off, going into overtime, and actually, if Diamond State would like to chime in, or Hog Mob would like to chime in once you see this, I wasn't there. I heard stuff, but I talked to some players after the game. They kind of filled me in, but I heard that going into overtime, I think Diamond State was down 2, and they made a shot and got fouled, or at least a foul was called. And then they missed the free throw, so it went to overtime. And during the overtime, at the end of the overtime, a player on Hog Mob went up for a layup. I think it was Lamar Church. Lamar Church went up. I don't know if it was a layup, but caught the ball and might have been somewhat of a ghost charge call. What I'm hearing. It's what I'm hearing.
Ghost charge call.
Phantom.
Phantom.
I know what you meant.
Same idea. Same idea.
Some charge.
Same idea.
Well, they
So-
still won, so.
No. Diamond State won.
It says 62-57. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I heard Diamonds.
Yeah, Diamond State won. So maybe we put it in. We just put them in a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
Might have missed somebody or something.
Okay. All right, so Diamond State.
I think I
wow.
put it in, so that makes
Yes,
it messed
yeah.
up.
Interesting. Wow.
It's usually what happens when Dave does put the stats in.
It's okay. It's okay. You adapt.
So I don't know. I mean, I could tell Dave Sadowski is frustrated after the game. He thought this team had a chance to go all the way. And when you think you have a chance to go all the way, you at least expect to get past the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And they're missing Darren Church. That hurts a lot.
Yeah, Darren's a big player for them. But Hog Mob and J Squad going down at the same time. It's kind of fitting in a weird way.
You enjoy that a little bit, don't you, Dan?
No, I don't enjoy that. I like both those teams.
Yeah, but
I'm
deep
just
downside.
saying. I'm just saying it's eerily fitting. Let's put it that way. Like it's just kind of weird how they both went down.
To lose 2 teams like that early in the playoffs is better for the rest of the teams.
Yep.
The rest of the teams are happy to see teams like that go down.
Yeah, but Diamond State Warriors are still a really good team.
Oh, absolutely.
If those teams that go down are beaten by other teams, those other teams are still really good then. So
Yeah, agreed.
yeah. So
What are you guys talking about?
So our final game, faculty versus free agents.
I don't even have to look at the stats for this one.
Now, Dan, I already mentioned.
I do gotta say, don't interrupt me when I'm talking.
so disrespectful.
I'm just glad you just woke up from your nap over there that you were just taking.
I do gotta say, free agents played a good game.
Really good game. Really good game.
Disrespectful.
No, because I called for a mercy rule, and they were 1 by 3.
Well, it was a 1 point
Maybe I
game
got
with 10
mad.
seconds
I
left.
got him mad, I think.
Good.
Game changer, Turk showing up at halftime.
Yeah, we were up 1 at halftime.
If he doesn't show up,
Even more of
what happens?
a game changer. Mark London showing up 2 minutes late to the game.
Yeah.
That was almost a career changer for him.
It is
I
a
almost
career
caught him
changer.
right on the spot.
It's a career changer in the aspect of him being a 6-man now.
Yes. Well, I
He was a
benched
starter.
him for half of the first half because of that.
Yeah. He deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He deserves every bit of it.
He shows up even 2 seconds late again. He might not see a minute. So, Mark, if you pull up and the game's at 6:30 or whatever time it ends up being at, and you pull up at 6:31, just turn around and go home.
Yeah, the guy always comes in and talks about
Being all pumped up for playoffs.
It's playoff time now. I'm getting that golden ball. And he shows up late. And he's not even getting the golden ball.
Team
because he's not the
chemistry.
manager.
Team chemistry problems. That's what I'm hearing.
No. If Turk was here right now, there would be no chemistry
Yep.
problems. Like, even between us three.
If Turk was here, you would probably run away.
If Turk was sitting right there, we'd all be like, really nice to each other.
Yeah, straight as
He'd be yelling, though. He'd be like, sit up straight.
Yeah.
You'd sit up straight.
Yeah.
Like, pass the iPad.
Damn.
Pass the iPad.
Damn.
Move
Yeah.
it. Move the iPad.
I gotta meet this guy.
You
Though.
haven't seen Turk yet, have you?
No.
Oh.
He would probably take one of these iPads away and say, we're only using one iPad
Yeah,
today,
we're
guys.
gonna use
We're going to
one
share
day.
it. Pass the iPad. That's all he'd be saying.
I'm going to look at this one, he said.
You added this guy to your team.
Did we?
Yeah.
No, we didn't mark it. That's why Mark's expendable.
Floor
Gotcha.
general.
Gotcha.
6'8" point guard.
Wow.
Don't worry about our
Don't worry about Turk. Don't worry about Turk.
Turk. man.
Keep Turk's name out of your mouth. Now,
Sorry.
Chris Laws, great game for him. How many points he ended up with, Chris?
He had.
I think he was only like 2 for 13. Shoot.
Is he a free agents?
No, he's on our team.
Oh, he's on your team. He had 15 points, 4 rebounds.
He was just attacking the basket over and over and over again, putting a lot of pressure on their big guys. But yeah, no, free agents played a heck of a game. They surprised me. I mean, Jeff
Actually had
Walters.
everyone there. They had about 19 people there.
Jeff Walters actually had to play in the beginning of the game, didn't he? He didn't come out and play at all. I thought he was there for like 10 seconds.
I know Turk stared him down after.
Yeah, you don't talk like that. You don't talk like that.
You don't tell Turk.
You don't tell Turk to
Bank
do.
of-
You don't tell
free
Turk to
throw.
do anything. Not like that. Not like that.
Let's see.
But yeah, the faculty, they barely stole this win.
Yeah, but you guys didn't have Scooty Randall. I mean, that's kind of a big.
We didn't have Scooty when we beat the Crew.
Really?
Turk felt like playing that game.
Just don't make him angry, man. Tell the rest of the league.
He's the one who
don't
just said that.
Make Turk angry.
What?
He felt like playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turk.
He was a totally different player
They made him angry.
in that game.
They made him angry. Actually, I think ACC made him angry earlier.
Yeah, it was.
Don't make Turk angry.
Guess I gotta meet this guy.
Yeah, you probably did. You take the jersey in with it?
Oh,
No, you didn't.
Well, that's the B division, right?
yep.
I think we're done with B division. Finally, it only took us.
Nah, look at
30
that,
minutes.
Mark. That'll wrap up the B division. Thanks for checking us out. Dan, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be
Welcome
I
back.
think we're gonna have to suspend him again.
I made too many good points. I wouldn't blame you.
All right, we will see everyone on Sunday. We'll have the previews out soon.
No B division games this week.
No B division games this week.
What's that?
All A division.
All A division this week because everything's at hack.
Oh, gotcha.
So it'll just be the hack or the A division second round.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you get a nice week to
we'll
rest.
B division. Get them both down to 4 teams, and then we
Yeah.
got semifinals and finals.
Okay.
Can't wait. In my Barstool list.
Yep.
All right, we'll see everybody on Sunday.